Aggies, and welcome back. I'm Professor Sterling Bone, professor here at the John M. Huntsman School of Business. And today I'm honored to have a good old friend, and John Dunford. He's in corporate sales, a senior director of corporate sales at Bugcrowd. Welcome home, John. Great to have you back here at Utah State.
Thank you, Sterling. It's a pleasure to be here, and go Aggies as always.
Love that. Yeah, I love that. So John's had an illustrious career in sales and working in high tech, and we're excited to learn a little bit about you, John, and about Bugcrowd. Maybe first tell the students a little bit about your journey and how you arrived where you're at.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking. So again, it's great to be here with you and share a little bit of my journey and experience. So I've been at this for a while. I've been selling now for, gosh, almost 23, 25 years. I graduated from Utah State long time ago. I didn't actually come from the school of business. I came through the liberal arts college, but Aggie nonetheless, and a proud Aggie, and owe a lot of who I am and where I'm at to certainly my Aggie roots. But I started out my career in sales working for a company called iOmega, my first tech company, and I really started out with probably a lot of students that you're working with start out in inside sales and helping demand gen efforts, and I've done everything from inside sales to channel sales out in the field to running territories to running sales development, business development teams for Adobe, and now I found my way at Bugcrowd. I've been here for almost a year. And as you mentioned, I'm the senior director of sales for our mid-market corporate sales, and I also have the sales development team that reports up to me. So it's been a fun ride.
It sounds like it, John. And again, thank you for bringing us along on this ride. For our students that don't know about Bugcrowd, tell us a little bit about Bugcrowd.
Yeah, so Bugcrowd it's a cool company, and I feel very fortunate to have found this opportunity. It's kind of funny when I first was introduced to Bugcrowd, I didn't know what to think, especially in Utah. We have a lot of door-to-door sales, and I didn't know if this was a pest control company or what the heck it was, but quickly learned it wasn't. That we're actually a cybersecurity company, which is it's a neat industry to be in, and it's one of these industries where you hate to see issues happen where companies get hacked and have issues. We're seeing that right now in the world with what's going on with SolarWinds and the problems that's causing, not only from the government perspective, but a lot of companies have been impacted by that. But we certainly see the need and importance of having good cybersecurity companies out there. And so Bugcrowd is a unique company in where we fit into this cybersecurity niche. We're actually a crowdsourced security company. So basically what we do is we have a software platform that underlies everything we do. And then we leverage the crowd, essentially ethical hackers, if you will, to come in and look at companies' applications, websites, and see where they can find vulnerabilities and help companies secure what they're trying to do with their websites and their applications. And companies who are now leveraging the crowd, it basically serves as a force multiplier for their security teams. It brings in the best of the best in the world. These hackers who can go and again, hit these websites and help companies understand where they're exposed, where they're not exposed, and find problems fast and fix problems fast so that they're more secure. So it's a cool, unique company.
I'm glad that thank you for sharing that. And that's really helpful for our students to understand. Obviously, cybersecurity, like you said, it's not going away, unfortunately, with all the things that are transpiring. I think there's important couple trends here that you have leveraged, right? It's a higher level bug, right? So this is not pest control, but this is higher level in terms of the needs that businesses have and government, other entities need for cybersecurity. But then this idea of crowdsourcing that knowledge and that basis of expertise from peers in that space to be able, I think that's just really fascinating business model. Why is it a great time now to get aboard at Bugcrowd? I mean, this is a rocket ship opportunity. It's fast tech, fast growth, hyper growth tech. Why is it a great time to be at Bugcrowd?
Yeah, well, I think, as I mentioned at first, Sterling, just the fact that cybersecurity now is becoming more and more at the forefront of how people are thinking about their businesses. It's becoming a critical part of businesses. And again, we're seeing security issues come up all over the place. Again, be it, what we just heard at SolarWinds, even coming off the election, right? There are questions around security. And so it is just an incredibly important industry to be in, first and foremost. Second of all, we're moving into a gig economy. And that's really what crowdsourcing is about, is becoming more part of this gig economy. And crowdsource security is, I'm not going to say it's in its infancy, but it's still early. And the companies that are doing crowdsource security now, we hear regularly that it's one of the top security initiatives that they have in their program. They see so much value out of this. And again, it brings just a layer of human ingenuity and creativity into solving their problems. And not only are there just a ton of security positions open, frankly, in companies that they can't fill. So again, that force multiplier effect, but we're a company that really is one of the first, if not the first, to start leveraging the crowd in doing this kind of bug bounty type of business. And we're just now starting to see that really accelerate. So joining now, not only security, good business to be in, but this crowdsource security, it's just an exciting opportunity to really build and take this to the future.
No, that's great. Thank you, John. What are some of the roles that you're recruiting for? Right. What are some of the areas? I mean, if students were interested, recent grads, soon to be grads, they want to get aboard the great opportunities of Bugcrowd, where would they start?
Yeah. So, gosh, we're actually hiring a ton of positions. For me personally, specifically, one of the things that we're trying to do, one of the reasons that I was hired here, frankly, was to build out an office here in Salt Lake City. We're headquartered in San Francisco, but we want to build a strong presence here in Utah. COVID-19 hit, and that's kind of slowed things down a little bit. So we're all working remotely as everyone else is, and we're figuring that out. But we're trying to build a sales center of excellence here. But it doesn't stop there. I mean, we're looking for finance and engineering, technical skills, customer service reps. But again, for me personally, I'm looking for students or people that want to come in and start a sales career. And that starts with our sales development team all the way up through our account executives. We're growing both teams this year. So, in terms of things that I'm looking for, I could care less, frankly, about experience. I'm looking for the intangible skills that are less easy to coach, frankly. You hear a lot of things like grit and tenacity, and those are all great and important, but really, I'm just looking for people who are curious, who want to solve problems, who want to be part of something great, who have high degree of character, great work ethics, and we can mold them into great workers and provide a career experience for them that will be amazing.
No, thank you, John. I know that obviously, you won't brag, but I'll brag about you. And that is John's built and managed and some really high performing inside sales teams. It's been a part of organizing and really hiring a lot of early stage career folks and really accelerating their career. And a lot of those Aggies I've kept in contact with, and so they owe a lot to you for giving them the opportunity to be a part of your team. And I'm glad that you hit on some of those intangibles, right? So how would you like a student to really communicate? How are they best going to be able to communicate those intangibles to you to get your attention or get your hiring team's attention for positions at Bugcrowd? How can they signal some of those intangibles for you?
Yeah, the first thing, just reach out to me. I mean, we can't do anything if we don't have a conversation, if I don't know who's interested and who really wants to take advantage of an opportunity like this. So, certainly spearheading the outreach to me. I don't care whether it's email, whether it's LinkedIn, social, whatever. People can reach me, whatever. My email is john.dunford@bugcrowd.com. So easy email to remember. But I really I want to start and have a conversation. And from there, we can talk about goals and aspirations and some of the things that the students have accomplished and where they want to be in their careers. And it's important for me, first and foremost, to make sure that it's a fit on both ends. If it's not, I never want to set someone up or be in a position to fail. So to your point, it's really important for me to to have an environment where students can come in and thrive and grow and feel like, this is a place where they can put down roots for the next few years and really accelerate their careers. But again, starts with that conversation.
Talk about the growth opportunities that are at Bugcrowd. So they start in this initial role. Is that an inbound, outbound type role? Maybe kind of share a little bit about that, and then how does that grow and accelerate as they continue to move up in the organization?
Yeah. So we have all levels of business development reps. My preference is to have them start on the inbound if possible. We do hire people directly into our outbound roles, our corporate and enterprise roles. And if they've got experience, that's great. But the inbound role is just an absolutely great place to start learning company knowledge, sales process, all that kind of stuff that just lays a solid foundation, which is so important for anyone's success to have that foundation. But again, my goal in hiring anyone is to not just, give them a number and say, here you go, hit it, but really provide the nurturing and coaching, whatever they need to accelerate and grow their career. So within the sales development ranks, certainly we want them to go from an inbound to an outbound, from an outbound to an account executive. But if someone comes in, Sterling, and they say, look, it's been great, but I think my heart is in customer service. We want to provide that career path into wherever in the company they want to be and where they can thrive. So, would love the sales mentality. I always want to keep the best and brightest on my teams, but again, we want to provide opportunities for them in the company, wherever that may be. And that's our commitment to do so.
Well, for our students that maybe are not as in the sales space, but are in more the tech space, maybe intrigued by cybersecurity, or, the nice thing about it is this is a clear pain, but it's just not a tough sell on the standpoint that companies need this. And this is another layer of security, right? This
Yep.
Crowdsourced security. And so there's benefits and, risk mitigation and probably quantified outcomes, right? That you're able to really sell to. So as they learn the process, learn the training, it's about having conversations, strategic conversations, being able to really provide some real benefit to these companies.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing, the challenge that we run into are companies that just aren't familiar with crowdsourced security, maybe have a little bit of what we call crowd fear and gosh, what's going to happen if I let these hackers come in and start, hitting on my systems? Am I going to be okay? But again, the companies that are doing it just absolutely get the value of it. And so we want to help our team, our sales development. They really start to develop those skill sets on communicating our value, understanding, the basic sales 101, right? What are your pain? What are you trying to accomplish? Why us? Why now? And helping them leverage and understand the value of crowdsourced security.
Awesome. Well, John, we appreciate the time today. And I encourage our Aggies to reach out to John. So email and continue a conversation and start a conversation with John about the opportunities at Bugcrowd. John, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you again so much. Appreciate it. Again, go Aggies and have a great day. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, John.
See ya.